What is up, guys? The Roger update has now been live for going on 2 days. And as always, I like to do a review of every single update about a day later to sort of just give my thoughts and opinions. Was the update good? Was it bad? What was the best parts? What was the worst parts? And I gotta say, this update had me pretty excited. We've been waiting a long time to get this health on kill thing for every single hero. It's no longer tied to a star card. This frees open a slot. That way you can just use whatever star card combination you want. There's all new star cards for all these heroes. So I was really looking forward to this update. But unfortunately, it just wasn't up to par. It's just, honestly, this is probably one of my least favorite updates. And a long time. But let's get into the good things first before we get into the bad, because there's a lot of bad. So for starters, the droid skins. Droid skins were kind of a bonus for me. I never expected that we would get droid skins added to the game, and I didn't really like the way that they looked on paper, like just seeing the images of them, but in the actual game, I think they look pretty cool, especially the training droid. I was kind of iffy about that one, but I really like the orange on the droids, and the default heavy got a change. I think the default heavy kind of got the best skins in my opinion, and there's like 4 or 5 different skins now. Yeah, the default Geonosis, the training droid, the pilot, and camo. So I think there's 5, and they all look good. I like the droid skins. It's nice to switch up the droid side. It's nice to see something a little bit different, and I mean, that gets my seal of approval. That's by far the best part of the update for me, and yeah, that was a good change. So the second thing that they did that I think was an improvement was they changed capital supremacy. The ship phase is a little bit different now. Now you just go in, and instead of like planting a bomb or opening a door, like where you had to go up to the little keypad and you had to hold in the button and it like would slowly tick away at opening the doors and like you were hacking it. Now you just run up and you just capture it like it's a command post. So whichever side your team captures is whichever side you guys are going to be pushing forward in the next phase. So you capture the door, and then it blocks off like one side of the map, and then you just have to blow up the reactors on whichever side. So if you are the droids, you have to blow up the reactors of the clones. Like, you have to physically shoot and blow up all 3 of the individual reactors, and then if you fail, then you just go back and it's wash, rinse, repeat, and you just continue the cycle like before. So this has its ups and downs. I like this a little bit better, but at the same time, it's just like really difficult if your team's not really smart, or if you have balanced teams, then it can go on forever. Like, I saw some reports of like 5-hour long matches where people had like 700 eliminations and stuff. It's insane. Like, I couldn't even finish them. Some of the ones I was in, I had to back out because I got tired after 3 failed attempts of attacking and then defending and then attacking, and then it just, no one could make any progress in the ship phase. I think the ship phase is just, I don't know. It sounded like a good idea, but no matter what they do to it, it just doesn't really work out, because this new way that they have it set up, it definitely funnels everybody into one spot, so the defenders actually have a chance to defend compared to what it was before. The attackers always won. And now it seems like it's almost impossible for the attackers to win now. Out of all the matches that I've played, the clones have not won yet. Like, the clones have 1 reactor to blow up, and the droids on the clone ship have 3 reactors to blow up, and they're all spread out. And then the droid one has more health compared to the 3 individual clone ones, so it seems like the droid reactor on the droid ship it just seems like it's almost impossible to blow up. So I've probably played upwards of 20 matches of Capital Supremacy since this update yesterday, and like I said, not a single time has the clones actually won for me. And no matter what side I was on, if I was on the droid side, the droids would win. If I was on the clone side, the droids would still win, because it's just so difficult to push into that final phase of the droids with all them, with the way that they're defending that. Now, I'm sure some of you guys have probably had different outcomes, but that's just my experience, and I think the Capital Supremacy definitely needs some more tweaking, because it just gets really tedious. Like, you work your butt off on the ground phase, then you go to the ship phase, and then you fail, then you have to go back to the ground phase, then you fail, then you have to defend, and then you just go back and forth and back and forth. And then your credit payout is only like 600, 700 after like 3 hours, and it's just, it kind of takes away the fun when you play for that long and you don't get enough credits. So I'm iffy on Capital Supremacy. I like the change, but at the same time, it definitely needs some more tweaks. And then going into the hero star card stuff, I like the health on kill for every hero. I like the fact that they've added new star cards, but now we're going to start dipping into the negative side or the bad side of this update. So these new star cards are a double-edged sword. They are nice. I like some of them, but there's no indicator whatsoever if the card is working. So like Luke's card, you have to get kills, and the more kills you get, the more damage you do with your lightsaber. Chewbacca, you have to like do 200 damage at once to get some damage reduction. Palpatine, he reduces his ability recharge every time you hit somebody with his chain lightning. And these cards are supposed to reduce something or give you something like damage reduction, extra damage, less recharge time. But there's no indicator whatsoever if the ability is even working. So like I was on a big kill streak with Obi-Wan, and I had that card on where if you block blaster bolts, you're supposed to get more stamina for blocking. Well, there was no indicator of if it was even working or not. Like I had no idea. I was just blocking and blocking and blocking, and I could never really even tell if that card was working. The only one that I've ever noticed work is Boba Fett's. You can notice that you actually do recharge your abilities a little bit faster when you're in the air, so I like that one. Luke's, you can kind of notice, like the more kills you get, you can actually start to like one-shot kill people, except for the heavy, and then you do a lot more damage. And I've noticed with Dooku's card, he can do up to 50 extra damage, so you can go around and you can one-shot kill people. And Dooku, all his abilities stack now. Like if you get really lucky with Dooku and you sneak up on someone from behind, you can do like upwards of 200 damage with one swing. So moving forward, they definitely need to have some sort of indicator for all these new star cards, because it's really frustrating to, especially with Chewbacca, because like you have to get 200 damage at once to get 2% damage reduction in return. Well, there's no way to tell if I did that or not. So I'm running around playing really aggressively, trying to get 200 damage, 200 damage, 200 damage, and I don't even know if I was successful in getting the card to work. So there needs to be some sort of counter or symbol or something pop up on the screen saying +2 damage reduction or +5 attack damage or something to tell you that the card is working so that you can keep track of it. Because if I know that I'm doing extra damage with Luke, I'm going to play more aggressively. If I know that that card hasn't activated yet, then I'm going to play more conservatively. It's the same thing with Obi-Wan. Like if I know how many blocks that I can block, I'm going to play a little bit more aggressively because I know I have more stamina versus at the beginning of the match when I don't have that card active for very long. So yeah, I'd like to see that changed in the future. But getting into the bad stuff, other than not being able to keep track of your star cards, this update has way more glitches than probably ever before. The stamina system is completely destroyed. It is garbage now. It is so bad. It is glitched. It is like Vanguards on the Assault class. One shotgun blast will drain your stamina from full to 0. Sometimes different abilities like Ray's Dash will drain your stamina from full to 0. Sometimes when you're blocking and like another Saber hero can hit you one time and it will take all your stamina down to 0. I was Grievous and I had full health and I swung my lightsaber one time and it took all my stamina down. And that's without the extra damage star card. Like, I don't know what they did, but the stamina system is so insanely broken. I was trying to be Obi-Wan, and I had both those star cards on where you block more blaster bolts and you have more stamina. I blocked like 3 blaster bolts, and I completely ran out of stamina, and I got insta-killed because everybody was shooting at me. And I thought that I could block forever, but I couldn't because, I ran out of stamina. The hit detection seems like it's worse than ever before. I have had it happen to me multiple times. I've seen many instances of other people doing it, and it just makes the game not fun. I heard that Heroes vs. Villains is a complete disaster. I've stayed completely away from that mode. I played it on stream, and that was enough for me. It's just the hit detection and the stamina system combined to both be broken is just utter chaos, and it's just not fun whatsoever. I can't express how annoying and disappointing it is to be on a kill streak and feel the rush of like, oh, I'm on a 70 kill streak or whatever on Capital Supremacy, or I'm on whatever kill streak on Galactic Assault, I'm on a 50 or 60 kill streak, and then another hero comes running around the corner like Anakin or Dooku or Yoda or whoever, and they swing and miss and swing and miss and swing and miss, but they're still doing damage to you from like 5 feet away. Anakin's really bad about it. Yoda's really bad about it. Anybody that's fighting Boba Fett can be in mid-air and they can still kill you on the ground with their lightsabers. It is horrible. And this is easily, by far, Star Wars Battlefront 2 has the worst hitboxes and hit detection I have ever seen in any single video game I have ever played. And I've been playing video games for over 20 years. This is... I don't know. I don't know how it's so bad. But it's horrible, and it's not a server problem. It's like I've seen people blame it on the internet and stuff. It's not a server problem. It happens in arcade too. Go into arcade, go do a 1v1, grab a second controller and play against yourself and test it out. You can see it's there. It happens offline. The hit detection is garbage. And they need to fix it. They need to have a hot fix to fix some of these, like the stamina issues. They need to completely rework the way that blocking and saber combat is. And they need to fix the hitboxes. There's nothing worse than trying your best and saving up your battle points and being a hero or something, and then you get killed by someone that's not even hitting you with their lightsaber. So this update definitely broke a lot of things. I'm not having very much fun with it other than like the droid skins. But other than that, this update is not very good. I've been feeling very optimistic about this game lately. I have enjoyed playing it. I think that the game has done a complete 180 in terms of content. I'm excited for Felucia and the Clone Commando and everything that's to come later this year. And I want this to be like an amazing game. This game is very close to being my favorite Star Wars game ever. There's so many bugs and glitches holding it back. But overall, I'm only going to give this update like a 3 or a 4 out of 10. It's just, I mean, there's so many bugs. Go out and play it for yourself if you don't believe me. But it's really bad. And I hope that they really do something here within the next couple months. They need to just take an entire month off and fix the game. Like, we're getting an update in September. Take all of October and just dedicate that to bug fixes. I'd be okay if they postponed the game's content for like 2 or 3 months if they fix the bugs and glitches. I'm to the point where the new content doesn't matter to me because the glitches are making it unfun. But that is going to do it for my review of this latest update, guys. Let me know what you guys think of the update down in the comment section down below. Are you experiencing any of these glitches and stuff? What do you guys think of the new star cards? And then lastly, what do you think of the new droid skins? But that's going to do it for this video. If you guys enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. Share it around on Twitter, Facebook, or whatever. Be sure to check out another video. Follow me on Twitch at SwanyPlaysGames Live, and I will talk to you all in the next video.
Will you join me? Accept your fate. I grew impatient.